Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up our Dropbox account. And this is the way that you are going to be turning stuff in. It's super easy, super awesome, super... make up a word. So in your first day handout, there is a Dropbox account link here. Okay, and if you click on that, or you copy and paste this into your browser, it'll bring open this form where you can sign up for Dropbox. So just wait a second. Acrobat is like incredibly slow for opening links. I'm not sure why, but just the way of the world. There we go. So this is Dropbox, and if you've never used it before, it's basically a repository for your files. We want to have this set up a certain way so that as you turn files in, it basically automatically uploads it to a spot that then downloads it to my computer, which is pretty sweet. So you go through here, register your stuff, agree to the Dropbox terms if you do, sign up for free, and you'll get so many gigabytes of data for storage. Now, I'm just minimizing that for a minute. I didn't close it. I'm just minimizing it because I want to go into my drive and actually set up my folders for how we're going to be setting this stuff up. So the way that I like to do stuff, I usually have hard drives, and hard drives are loaded with, you know, organizational stuff. But for classes, I like to keep everything kind of like right here, like right at the desktop level. So I make a folder and I call it like D drive or P drive, or, you know, just something that I know that this is like my school stuff. And in here we're going to make a folder, and we're going to call this 1320. That's the number for the class. You can see 1320. And inside this folder, we're going to make folders that correspond to our assignments. So here's all of our assignments that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to have several areas here. So I'm going to make first a new folder, and I'm going to call this my Dropbox Turn In. Okay, and that's the folder we're going to share in a little bit. And inside the Dropbox Turn In folder, I'm just going to make a new folder for each thing. Web page assets. Now the only thing that's going to go in these folders is the actual item you're turning in. I don't need, like, you know, your bank statements in here or anything. I have to take Photoshop. I want photography. And image manipulation. And what's nice about it is in past terms, you know, we've had to, you know, compress files and zip them up and, you know, do a bunch of other stuff. And this way you don't have to. This way it's basically it's right there. The second you drop it into one of these folders and you're connected to the internet, what Dropbox will do is it'll start uploading whatever's new. So if you've just updated your caricature folder, it automatically uploads your caricature folder to Dropbox. And then on Dropbox, I'm able to go into my Dropbox folder and see everyone's files there. So there's caricature, organic drawing. You can see I can even have spaces in here. Product drawing. Now here, this one here, once we get past product drawing, we have, basically this is one assignment, but we're working on this at different stages, okay? So in here we're going to make a couple folders. I'm going to make first a photo collage. And then inside the photo collage folder, I'm going to make a planning, part A, thumbnails, part B, stage 1, stage 2, and then final. Okay, so I'll go back to the previous folder. I'll make another new folder called Weekly Drawings. Make another new folder called Tear Sheet. Okay, and then as if we decide to add an assignment like halfway through or change something, it's no big deal to just go through and change this. All that stuff will be updated. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my Dropbox account. I'm going to slide this off screen. I want you to see my password. It's a bunch of asterisks. Come on, Dropbox. Alright, so here is my Dropbox folder. Now, if I were to go to this folder here, and I just took this 1320 and I drug it into this area, it would upload it to Dropbox, and then it would just have that there in my Dropbox folder, and then you could share that link. Like you can see these here, I have these other links. These are ones that I've shared with people or people have shared with me, the ones with the little icon. But what we want to do is we want to download the Dropbox app. So the easiest way to get to it, you can search through all of this stuff to try to find the things. It's right there though. But sometimes it's easier just to go Dropbox download. And it'll just take you to the Dropbox download. You go to download and there it is. Okay. So sometimes I'll just do that. You can just go to the installer, install, and then free download. There it is. Okay. So what this will do is it'll create an application like this right here for your Dropbox. Okay, so once you install it, you'll have a Dropbox program, and if you have a Mac, it'll be the same thing. It'll just be in a different spot. It'll probably be up at the top of your bar. And then I'm going to go to sign in. Alright, so right now it's set up and it automatically links you to a separate Dropbox folder, like it makes a Dropbox folder in your documents. So I'm going to go to the advanced area and I want to specify my Dropbox. So I know that this is in my D drive on my desktop. See how easy it is to get to the desktop. And I know it's in 1320, and here's my Dropbox turn-in. So that's the one I want to link to this. I can also do selective linking, which means that only upload certain files inside there, but everything's good now. And that should be it. So I can say open my Dropbox. Welcome, Sean. Get started. Dropbox is a folder in computer works with documents, yes. Files put in Dropbox are automatically uploaded to your Dropbox.com, and everything is saved. The cool thing about this too is, let's say your computer crashes, you still have whatever is inside there, which is really neat. Alright, so here's our Dropbox turn-in, and you'll see that this is the one that gets the little green check mark. So I'm just going to drop all of these inside my Dropbox turn-in. There's a little blue icon right here that turns to green. And what that means is that all of these are now up on your Dropbox folder, which is really, really cool. Okay, so now if I double click this, it'll open the folder for me. Or if I go to here, go to the little arrow, I could pause my syncing. I could go to preferences and change stuff. I could exit Dropbox. I could click on this thing that will take me to the web, to my Dropbox account, and look at here are, yes, just wait 1 second. Here are all of my files that I have right there. Okay. Now, as you play with Dropbox, there are certain ways to get more space. Like right now we have 2 gigs of space. So verifying my email gets me 500 megabytes, which is half a gig. So I'm going to go do that real quick. Alright, so I just verified that. Need to send a large file, video, blah, 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 paste an email chat. Yes, share a link. So you could share a link too, that'll get you some. I could share a folder. So if I shared a folder with someone, I could add Gmail contacts to Dropbox. I could invite friends, and then I could download the Dropbox mobile app onto my phone, and that will again get me more space. Okay, so these are all different things that you can do. I'm just going to minimize that for now. All right, so now that we have all of this stuff set up, what I want to do is I want to share Dropbox. Okay. Folders and your Dropbox. I'm not sure why that one's even there. Alright, now here's like one of the sucky things about Dropbox is if we wanted to share our stuff, we have to share a single folder. Okay, so if I go to new share folder, we don't have an existing folder we can share because we have several folders. Like right now, these are all individual folders here. If I go back, this is our Dropbox account. So we can't share this. We could share individual folders. So this is the kind of sucky thing is I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this Dropbox turn in. Oops, not turn in. There we go. And then I'm just going to put all the stuff into the Dropbox turn-in share folder. So it's a little bit, weird how we have to have a folder inside of a folder inside of a folder. But it'll make more sense as you do it. And the nice thing is once it's set up, then you don't have to worry about it. So all the changes I just did on my hard drive here have trickled into my Dropbox. So I hit, I'm sharing an existing folder. What do you want to share? I want to share that one. So I just click that Dropbox turn in share. And then it'll say, who do you want to share it? Now this is the important part. You have to type in my name. So Sarkona s@macomb.edu. And can edit, yes. That way I can see stuff. And you say, here is my link to Dropbox. You don't have to put that. I'll understand what it is. And then you just hit share. And then what this does, it sends me an email allowing me access to your stuff. Oops. So that way when you turn something in, and it's just the stuff that's inside these folders. So when you turn something in, it just drops right into this folder, automatically uploads to Dropbox, and then I can go through all my shared folders and grab what I need out of there. Okay, so that's all you would have to do for that. So it's pretty amazing as how that's set up. Now if I close all my windows here, just so you can see, I'll just minimize that for now. I can even delete this little application. So let's say I've worked on a project. If I go to my D drive, I go to my 1320, I get to that Dropbox turn-in folder, and then I say, let's say I did my photo project. All I would have to do, and I'll just grab this. Just as an example, I grab that. Because I have my Dropbox app up right now, it turned blue. That means it's syncing. Now it's green, meaning it's done, so that this has now been uploaded to Dropbox's website. And then when I log in, not I the example, but I the teacher, when I log in, I'm able to see that and grade it accordingly. Now if I don't want it there, I delete it. And then it again goes to the syncing mode. See, it's blue. And it's updating it. So it's going to basically remove it from your Dropbox. And there it is. Now it's gone. Okay? So it's pretty tricky a little bit at the beginning just because you have to do folders inside of folders inside of folders. But you'll definitely see the benefit of it. Alright? So that's how we're going to set up Dropbox. Now, we don't want to work off of Dropbox because every time you do a change, it's going to constantly upload to Dropbox. So what you want to have, this is our Dropbox turn-in area. Okay, here's our D drive, here's our 1320. I'm going to make another new folder, and I'm going to call this work. And then what we're going to do is, as we're working on stuff, that's going to go in the work folder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these folders here and just copy it, go into the work folder, and just paste it. So I just did Control C to copy, or Command C on a Mac, and then Command V or Control V to paste it. So as we're working on stuff, we can stay organized inside of each one of these folders. And then when we're done, all we have to do is grab, let's say, our web page assets, just grab whatever's in here, go to our Dropbox turn-in, and then just paste it right there, okay? That way it gets pasted, it gets uploaded, and we're cool. Okay, so only put stuff that you want actually uploaded and graded into these folders, okay? You could even read through the Get Started PDF if you want. This is a nothing file. We could actually just delete that if we wanted to. And I'm going to delete that too because I don't need that. There we go. Nice and clean. Alright, so that's how you would set up your Dropbox. Now we can get into the actual assignments and playing around.